And for more on this, now let's bring in Eskom Spokesperson Daphne Mokwena, who joins us now on Teams. Thank you so much for your time, Ms. Mokwena. So the deadline is tonight. Will there be any further extensions?
Thank you and good morning to you and to your viewers. So the extension, there will be an extension due to that breakthrough or technology breakthrough. However, it requires that customers must go and buy electricity before 8:15 tonight so that they can receive their 20-digit codes that will enable them to trigger the process of being or their meter being KRN2 compliant. And once they have done that, they don't need to come back to us today. Once they've bought electricity, they must just keep those slips or vouchers, and then they can visit our offices from tomorrow onwards.
All right, so you have mentioned that over 5 million meters have been upgraded. And have you reached your target of 6.9 million prepaid meters?
So no, not yet. We're still consolidating the numbers, but last night we're sitting at 5.28 million customers that have updated their meters. So I must also confirm that most, if it's not 99.99% of our buying customers are already, transacting on KRN2. So we only left with customers that are that were not buying electricity for 6 months and more, and these are the customers that we are now working with, and these are the customers that we're saying go and buy electricity by today, and once you've bought electricity, we'll still assist you after today, that is from tomorrow onwards, so that they don't stand in those long queues, and we can assist them, as I said, from tomorrow onwards.
And Ms. Mokwena, we have seen the process itself. I mean, our colleagues have been hard at work throughout the course of the week, bringing us up to speed in terms of how the process of upgrading has been unfolding in the various community. And I must say, it's also a process that has received mixed reactions on many fronts. Mm-hmm. What are some of the issues that are preventing users from getting upgraded, including the zero buyers who have not met any deadline at this stage?
Look, those customers that are buying, I think it's a few of them, and we are assisting them. And we are also, on our social media platforms, asking that they should actually use those platforms to get further assistance, because our chatbot can, we can communicate with the customers using our chatbot so that we can assist them. But that is a very, very minute number. The majority of the customers is the zero buyers. And hence we are saying that they must still go and buy, but we've got those buy and then keep those vouchers. Those that don't have meter numbers and but they have breached their meter, or they don't know where their meter those are the ones that we're saying as well, don't queue on or don't come to Eskom offices and be on those queues. We will assist you after today. You can still come and visit our offices from tomorrow onwards. So those ones, of course, we need, as you've correctly said, that they don't have meters, they've breached their meters, so we need to address those issues before we can assist them further.
And what does this mean, Ms. Mokwena? And I'm going to factor in, the various elements that come to play as well, because I know that you also just mentioned the chatbot. This is not always a system that everyone might have access to. We're talking about the elderly in far-flung areas who might also not be tech savvy at times. What does this mean? Does this mean they will have to actually go out there and queue?
So we also have, unfortunately, if somebody has bypassed his or her meter, there is a process that needs to be followed. that Eskom needs to find those customers for we can complete this process. Unfortunately, because and most of our customers, when I was in Soweto yesterday and on Thursday, they do agree that they have done wrong. They've breached these meters, including the elderly. So we will. So most of them, from I know in some of the our offices, they've been taking their details in terms of their phone numbers. So we'll be SMSing those that we have their details, but those that we don't have their details, unfortunately, they'll still have to visit our offices.
And of course, as you mentioned that, we've seen the long queues, of the old and the death of users as well who want to get upgraded over the last few days, at the various sites. Do you expect any queues from today?
So, and condolences to the families of those that do have lost their lives. It's really it was unnecessary and something that is very saddening. Yes, we do expect some queues from today as well, but we still insist that customers that have breached their meters, that don't have meters, that they must not come to our offices. We'll still assist them outside this deadline. And those that have meters and know their meter numbers, please go and buy electricity, keep that voucher, and we will then contact you, and or you can also visit our offices so that we can finalize this process. So to answer your question, yes, we're still expecting some customers to come through, but also those that don't have smartphones, they can also text us or on star 120 star 37566#, and they can then follow the prompts on what is it that they require us to assist them with, and we will then assist those that require assistance. But we still, insist, as I say, that customers that have breached their meters, that don't have meters in their homes, please don't come to Eskom sites. We will be able to assist you from tomorrow. Those who know their meter numbers, go to the legal vendors, your ShopRites, your USave, your PEP, your Pick and Pay, your boxes, your filling stations. They will be able to assist you, because what we're seeing is that customers, they shouldn't be repeating the same mistake by going to illegal vendors. And maybe let me also mention that we have picked up on some criminals that are actually going to our unsuspecting customers by trying to sell them either tokens or meters while they are in the queue. So Eskom is not selling anything in the queues, or does not require a customer to pay cash to anyone, especially in the queues. So the cash that you have is the cash that you should use to go and buy electricity from a vendor, which is not those vendors are not located at our offices. So they must go to those vendors, as I've just named them, and buy electricity and those vouchers.
And as I mentioned also at the top of our conversation, Ms. Mokwena, this process has received mixed reactions across the board. Maybe if we can just backtrack just a bit, just to bring up to speed our viewers in terms of what this process of upgrading and recoding their meters actually seeks to do.
So this process seeks to, as we said, that as per the Standard Transfer Specification Association, these meters are going to be expiring today at 8:15. That is the software. Once the software has expired and you have not updated your meter, whatever units that you have in your meter or credit that you have in your meter, once it runs out, and it may not run out today, but once it runs out or it gets depleted, then you will not be able to upload or recharge your meter. Hence, you will stay without electricity up until you update your meter using those 20-digit codes that we're saying customers must collect when they buy electricity. And we said that, so basically that's what will happen. The meter will not accept any credit token up until the meter is updated. So what we're saying as well is that the process gets kick-started by a customer going to buy electricity. But buying electricity, you should make sure that you buy from legal vendors. We have about 52,000 outlets or vending outlets out there throughout South Africa. And we have posted this on our social media, the link into our website, or you can go straight into our website. You'll get a list from different provinces or area and the addresses in case you are not aware where these are. But if you are still in doubt and you don't have probably internet and to visit our website, you can still go to your ShopRites, your Boxers, your Pick n Pays, your USave, your filling station to ensure that you buy electricity. Once you bought electricity, you will get these additional 2 tokens. One is written KRN1, the other one is KRN2. So you start by loading or punching in KRN1 20-digit number, you wait a bit, you punch KRN2 20-digit number, and then you complete the process by entering the supply code, which would then credit your meter. And just once you've done that, then your meter is updated and credited.
All right, so just before I let you go, I know that communication or a lack thereof on the part of Eskom, many customers have criticized it and said that, you know, some of them even found out about this whole upgrade just this past week. So how will Eskom be communicating with users going forward?
Maybe before I get into how we'll be communicating with users going forward, you know, it's very strange as well that most, if not all, our buying customers have completed this process, and most of them had completed this process above 90% had completed this process around May, June. So it's very strange that, and these customers are customers that we communicated to. Remember, they are interested in what Eskom is saying because they are buying electricity. Now, what we find is that, you know, if I'm not buying electricity and I'm just using electricity, I've breached my meter, I'm using this electricity and which I'm not paying for. Whatever that Eskom is communicating, obviously I won't even, you know, bother myself to actually hit the call when Eskom calls for me to come and update my meter, because I'm in any way receiving this electricity for free. So that's one of the areas that we really need to look at. But however, we are, you know, communicating and have intensified our communication with these customers to say, even if you are not buying, you need to come and update your meter. So we've been on all our social media platforms. We've been on local radios, using different languages so that we can reach out to all the customers. And we've been loud hailing at malls so that all the customers that are there visiting the malls can also be, you know or be aware of this updating. We have been also having satellite offices or pop-up offices where we would reach out or go to, you know, closer to customers and request customers to come and update their meters or teach them how, or educate them how this process works. So we've been on the ground all along, and hence we've got our buying customers having completed the process. But obviously the issue has been with the non-buying customers or the zero buying customers, because they thought that this process would not affect them.
All right, that is Eskom spokesperson Daphne Mokwena. Thank you so much indeed for your time on the program today.